Well, let me start by saying, Alhamdulillah, we thank God for this wonderful judgment. It's actually what I was expecting, so I believe the judiciary are doing very well, and Zamfara people are happy, and we're grateful. We'll now go back, settle down, and do the needful in terms of governance.
Sir, it's for the betterment of Zamfara State. So will you be opening a hand of friendship and inclusive governance to other political parties, irrespective of the differences you've had?
What matters to me as a governor is progress of Zamfara. So whoever is ready, irrespective of party line, is welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
There is, I don't know what word we use in the English language to describe the redeeming intervention of the Supreme Court in this judgment, which, as you said, has been described as perverse. The detailed analysis of how the Supreme Court came to the conclusion that the judgment is perverse will be clear when we have copies of the judgment. But for now, as you heard me say in court, but for the Supreme Court, but for the Supreme Court, but for the Supreme Court, gross injustice would have happened in this land.
Okay, so how do you think this judgment will go in without jurisprudence? Talking about the cases of voting and non-compliance with the Electoral Act and non-application was alleged by them at the trial court. So what do you say about that?
What the Supreme Court has said today is building on what it rendered in Oyetola's case. It has set out the clear parameters by which those allegations of electoral malpractices ought to be proved. And in this case, that was not proved. So it was strange that the lower court came to the conclusion that the allegation of malpractice was proved in some areas and that a fresh election should be conducted. Thankfully, the Supreme Court has rightly intervened and no other election will be conducted because the governor of Zamfara State, duly elected by the people of Zamfara State, stands to my right.
So this is a victory for the party and people of Zamfara State.